So my name is Tom. I'm a product manager here at Komoot, and I'm joined by my co-host Pal. And today we're going to give you a preview of what's coming next for Komoot. Over the next few minutes, we'll walk you through some of the most exciting updates we plan to ship before the end of this year. To shape this roadmap, we spent the last few months speaking to more than 100 of you one-on-one, running surveys and digging into support tickets to really understand what matters most. Pal, let's get into it.
All right, thanks, Tom. We'll speak about the web app first. It's used by millions of people to plan their rides, runs, hikes, and their adventures in general. And the main goal of the landing page would be to inspire people to get outdoors. But as the website hasn't really seen a major update in years, we believe that it no longer delivers the modern and inspiring experience that we want our users to have. And that's the reason why we're giving it a complete refresh. In the new landing page, you see search being front and center, plus nearby hikes, rides, and some curated collections being there available will make it easier for you to get inspired. And across the whole page, we're making pages more engaging with bigger maps, more contextual, more interactive, and just in general, a cleaner layout with fewer distractions. Now, moving on to one of my favorites, which is the web planner. It's arguably one of the most important parts of Komoot. That's why we want to make sure that we keep improving it, that we really give it the attention that it deserves. We're revamping it too, to improve the information hierarchy, to make route building cleaner, very faster and more intuitive. And it also lays the groundwork for some very powerful features that you've been asking for a long time now. Just to name a few of them, we've got routing preferences, which are, it will let you avoid ferries, for instance, when you're planning, or it will let you prioritize quieter roads, choose a scenic option, the alternative with the least elevation, and so on. We're also enhancing our trail access tips. In particular, you'll be able to know when and why certain restrictions apply, which is very useful. To make an example, if a trail, for instance, is only open a certain time of day, or I don't know, there's a hunting season ongoing, you'll get this information up front, and then you can play around them and avoid some weird surprises. Then, as some of you might know, on Komoot currently it's possible to save your home address and bookmark some points of interest or highlights. But with the new planner, we're extending this to any place on the map, which is, I think, very useful, as you'll be able to save all your frequent starting places and any other spots that often prove useful when planning. And, therefore you won't need to search for them over and over again. We're also solving a long-standing pain point, which is flexible routing between waypoints. Soon you'll be able to mix different routing modes within the same route, which means that, for example, you'll be able to use a recycling router to exit the city very fast, and then switch to gravel, for example, to turn the rest of the ride into the actual adventure that you had in mind. And these are just some of the examples. There are many new features and improvements coming together with the new web planner. Then, still speaking of the map, we've got the heat maps. I can tell you that the community heat map was the most requested feature on Komoot, and we're super excited to share that after a successful test in Germany, we're soon rolling it out globally. It will use the 50 million strong Komoot community's data, only the public activities, to know, where people are riding, hiking, and running the most often. This is great because it gives you confirmation and reassurance that the trail that you wanted to take is actually accessible, and it's a popular place that people go to. And obviously, if that's exactly what you want to avoid, you'll be able to do that too. So if you're looking for quite less trodden places or roads, then you'll be able to use the heat map for that too. This is the community heat map, and later in the year, we're adding personal heat maps too, and this way you'll have a very nice visualization and a log of your past activities. Moving on to mobile, that's where most of the people find the routes and get inspired, then navigate those routes, and then later share them with the community upon completion. And these apps do a lot, but they can feel a bit clunky, and I can say that the learning curve can be quite steep, and therefore we're also revamping these, giving them both the Android app and the iOS app a complete refresh. It will be easier and more intuitive to use these apps. We won't just make them nicer overall, aesthetically speaking, but we're also fixing some long-standing issues with the user experience, and we're super excited about all these things, and we can't wait to see them in our hands actually.
Right now, our Apple Watch app only works if you have your phone with you, and it's missing one thing you really need: maps. So we're building a new standalone app where you can download your routes for offline use, save your phone's battery, and check the map right on your wrist. Komoot has over 7 million routes worldwide, all tried and tested by our community. But with so much choice, it can sometimes be tricky to find the one you want. Every route already comes with stats and community tips, but comparing multiple options can sometimes be a bit tedious. So we're making route discovery much easier with 3 big improvements. First, we're adding route descriptions, a quick overview that tells you what a route is like and why it's worth doing. Second, we're introducing filters that help you browse routes when you only have a feeling for what you're after. Maybe something like a forest walk, a ride with a coffee stop, or something suitable for the kids. And third, we're improving search by name. So if you already know what you're after, you can simply type it in. Highlights are a community-built feature unique to Komoot that mark cool places to visit. Right now, they're tied to one sport. For example, we currently have 2 highlights for the summit of Ben Nevis, one for hiking and one for running. That clutters the map and spreads out all the photos and tips from the community. So we're working to bring everything together into a single highlight, which will be visible across all of the relevant sports. We're also categorizing highlights, so the map can show a relevant icon instead of a generic symbol, like showing a summit icon for Ben Nevis, so that you can tell what it is at a glance. Now, 2026 onwards is a bit less set in stone, but we're exploring things like richer topographical maps, a smarter navigation experience that adapts as your plans change, and even an AI-powered planning companion. So that's it for now. Thanks so much for listening, and we'd love to hear what you think. You can reach us using the link in the comments below, and we'll be back with more updates as 2026 starts to take shape. See ya!